Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be discussing the new colossal version of Cat in the Box, which is currently on Kickstarter.
Yes, this game is designed by Muneyuki Yokouchi and published by Bézier Games, who are helping sponsor this video. If you're not familiar with Cat in the Box, it's a trick-taking game with a unique twist where none of the cards actually belong to any suit.
That's right. This is a suitless trick-taking game where basically whatever happens in the game is really dependent on the players that are on the table. And so today we're going to be discussing what comes with the new colossal version of the game, including the 2 new expansions. But we're not going to be going over how to play the base game. If you'd like to learn how to play the base game, we've included a link to our tutorial video, which is linked in the description below, as well as up there.
Now, like Monique said, this game is currently on Kickstarter, so if you are interested in it, there's a link to the campaign down below. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Cat in the Box. Welcome to this colossal version.
Huge.
And so as you can see, all of the components in this new version of the game are huge.
Really big.
Hence the name Colossal, right? The main research board is gigantic, and I believe the components are about 4 times the size of the original game.
Mm-hmm.
Each player board is not only bigger, but also redesigned. So instead of having the 4 directions for the colors, we have everything sort of laid out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Player pieces, by the way, are much bigger. So these are the original pieces for scale, and they're also colored slightly different. In addition, the new Colossal version also comes with a game trays tray that holds all of the player pieces.
Including a tray for the observe tokens, which are used to block off different spots on the research board.
That's right, depending on player count. And last but not least, we have a colossal first player marker. This is a big cat.
It's a big one.
The rulebook, by the way, is also quite large, but the cards are the same size. And other than that, the gameplay is exactly the same.
Although this Colossal Edition comes with 2 new expansions. We have String Theory, as well as the Doppler Effect.
And each new expansion includes a new research insert for the research board. So here we have the insert for the String Theory expansion, which actually needs to be blocked off depending on player count. Black cat tokens should be placed on numbers that are 1 and 2 values more than the highest card in play. And so since we are set up for a 2-player game, our values are only going to be 1 through 5, so I placed the black cat tokens on values 6 and 7s. Now with the String Theory expansion, you'll notice that the research board has these connector line spaces. And so the game is played exactly the same, but these spaces cannot be placed on. Instead, these spaces are going to serve as connecting lines for these adjacent spaces. And so at the end of the round, when it comes to bonus scoring, these spaces are all going to be considered adjacent. And so as an example, if the board were to look something like this, then the purple player would score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points because these 3 tokens are connected via this connecting line space.
And as the red player, I would score 1, 2, 3, 4 because these are now connected via this.
Right.
A really nice spot for me would be here. Then it would make my entire network all connected, minus this one.
And that's essentially how the String Theory expansion works. It provides an alternate research board insert so that you can have more bonus point scoring at the end of the round. The second expansion is called the Doppler Effect, and playing with this expansion actually makes the game a little bit easier. It reduces the chance of a paradox by about 50%. When playing with the Doppler Effect expansion, you use this new research board insert that basically allows you to play 2 different values per space.
Yeah, in the original, you're only going to be able to play 1, so this gives you a little bit more flexibility.
That's right. Now, of course, depending on player count, you're going to block off some of these spaces. In a 4-player game, you place cat tokens on the 9 and 10 spaces, and in 2 and 3-player games, you only use the left side of the research board. And so when playing with this expansion, you pretty much have 2 options for spaces for each value of card. So for example, if I were to lead with a 1 blue, I can place my token either in this space or this one. And so let's just say, for example, I place it there.
Sure, so that means I can also play a blue 1 now. So I'm going to play my blue 1, and I will be able to take this spot here.
Now, unlike the base game, the player who wins the trick is going to be the one who places their token furthest to the right in the lead color. And so in this example, Naveen, the red player, would win the trick.
Me.
And other than that, the base game rules remain the same. And that is essentially what comes with the new colossal version of Cat in the Box. You have much larger components as well as 2 new expansions. And so if you have any questions about anything that you saw here today, please feel free to leave us a comment down below and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can.
Now this game is currently on Kickstarter, so if it is of interest to you, there is a link to the campaign down in the description down below. And thank you again so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.